thought I'd produce a video for you all about how to draw hands, because I had the drawing that I did in my video the other week. So here goes. I start by gridding out the original photocopy of the drawing with squares. In this instance I've got 1-inch squares, and on the paper that I'm drawing on I can choose whatever square size I like, so I can reduce the size of the drawing or I can make it larger. In this instance I've gone for 1.5-inch squares to transfer my drawing. So after making the grid, the first thing I do is work out where the middle is. I can then put that onto my piece of paper and work out, follow my own squares. I start from the middle now that I know where the middle is, and I start drawing out a very simple version, very light version of what I can see. So if I come across a square that's a little bit difficult, where I can't quite figure it out, I then turn that square into 4 smaller squares and then repeat the process. Remember, you can work with confidence at this point, because you mustn't forget when drawing, everybody thinks it's a bit scary, but you can erase everything you've done, or you can paint over everything you've done, so there's nothing to be scared of. You've just got to get started. So the next stage is to start with a slightly darker pencil. So at this point I've drawn out with a 2B and I've now transferred to a 5B. Well, to start marking in the very dark tones of the image. For me, that's just my personal method. You don't have to do it like that. Some people work sort of a square at a time and make things perfect as they go around all the way from one side to the other. I can't do that. I need to see the whole thing and develop the whole thing at once. That's just the way my brain works. Draw what you see, not what you think you see. And it's easier to do that when things are close by to each other. When I draw, my eyes are flicking back and forth all of the time. And I've left the grid in at this point for you. Normally at this stage I'd be rubbing out the grid, because it will show through in my final drawing, because this is just a sketch for you guys and not going to be a perfect seamless drawing at the end. I've left it in so that you can see what I'm doing and you can keep track of what's going on. And you'll see at this point I've started shading properly at the top right. That's because I'm left-handed. I always work from the top right to the bottom left, because if I don't, I'm going to smudge everything I've done. If you're right-handed, go from the top left to the bottom right for exactly the same reason in the opposite direction. So I'm quite scribbly at this point when I draw, just sort of throwing in the ideas, throwing in the tones quite quickly. A lot of people work in a more detailed fashion, but like I say, I work on the whole thing all at once, and that tends to make me quite scribbly. You can keep going and be more detailed as you go along if you wanted to, but this is just a sketch for you. In fact, if you want me to do a video that's a lot more detailed in the drawing style, then please comment below and let me know. And let me know what you want to see me do. So in this last section now, I've picked up yet another different pencil. This one is called a Black Beauty pencil, which is an incredibly soft pencil that you can get very dark tones with. I love using this pencil, it's just so soft and gives everything so much depth, it's lovely. You're not overemphasizing anything at this point, you are actually adding depth. It sometimes feels like you're working too dark, but you won't be. I'm just putting in some detail here. I can work with this pencil in a very dark fashion or in some of the lighter tones as well. It depends on the pressure you're putting on with the pencil, obviously. So essentially what I'm doing at this point is tidying up, neatening off things, adding darkness and lighter areas to it, giving things definition. If you look at the very top, the thumbnail at the very top, as it connects to the hand behind it, there is no line. It's a very light area, there's nothing going on up there, but it doesn't actually matter. This goes back to draw what you see and not what you think you see. If you look at the photocopy very closely, there is no line up there, there's no point where the tones change right up there, so it isn't there. Remember, when you're drawing, you are not a Disney cartoon, you do not have a black line around everything. So if it's not there, don't put it there. Your eye will make up for what's absent at this point. So remember, draw what you see, draw what is there, and stand back and worry about whether that looks okay later. At this point, draw what you see. I just want to say thank you for watching. If you've got any other ideas about what you want me to draw, please comment below or contact me on the Facebook or the Instagram. Thank you very much if you've got this far in this video. Let me know what you thought, and let me know about your drawing style and what you do, because everybody is different, everybody does it in a different way, and I want to see what you do. Thank you.